Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Right, first of all, thank you very much to Minzy for letting me know about this. For you all, I'll put it in the description box. Go have a read for it, peruse your eye over it, come to your own thoughts, your own conclusions, as always, so you don't have to take my word for it or anybody's word for it. Just go do the stuff for yourself if necessary. But what we talk about here is the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Mauricio Sulaiman, the WBC president, has been on a radio show and he was asked about the potential for an undisputed fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Of course, Tyson Fury is a WBC Heavyweight World Champion, with Anthony Joshua owning the rest of the pie. Now, Mauricio Sulaiman, he was pretty much quite dismissive of the Fury-Joshua fight, put it down to pure speculation at this point. Of course, we'll touch on that as this video goes along. But right now, we'll get into his particular statement regarding Dillian Whyte. As we know, Dillian Whyte, he put in legal documentation towards them surrounding him being guaranteed his world title fight. He's had enough of being messed about, all that kind of good stuff. So this is what Mauricio Sulaiman had to say when he was asked about the potential of a AJ Fury fight. For the WBC, there is a mandatory title defense that the champion has to make. The mandatory challenger is the interim champion, Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte has the right to enforce his title shot after the Wilder vs Fury third fight. Fury vs Joshua is just speculation. They have both come out and said they have a deal, which is very good, but there are many things that must take place before it actually happens. Right now, we don't know when boxing is going to return for some specific fights, such as the rematch between Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. We don't know if that fight will happen October, November, December, or even next year. We can't control that. But for the WBC, there is a legal contract that they have signed for a third fight. There you go. Mauricio Sulaiman's statement. So, is it a case of Dillian Whyte, because he put in the legal documents to the WBC, that he's won the case where he's guaranteed his world heavyweight title shot? Of course, providing he comes through the Povetkin fight. There's no guarantees of anything, of course not. But as we know, Tyson Fury, he said that he doesn't have to fight his mandatory, and Dillian Whyte, he'll fight whoever he wants, whenever he wants. No sanctioning body, i.e. the WBC in particular, which of course he's the champion for, will dictate to him who he will fight and who he won't fight. If not, he'll vacate the belt. So at that point, that's going to have to be a bridge to overcome if and when he defeats Deontay Wilder in the third fight, which you would have to heavily favour him, especially if he switched on and motivated for the third fight, as Wilder seems to be more concerned about twerking. Seriously, for me, if Wilder's never been with a dude, don't be surprised if he is one day. Anyway, who knows? Now, as far as the mandatory position goes, Dillian Whyte is that. He's been mandatory ever since he defeated Oscar Rivas. He was supposed to have had his fight in May, just gone. But we all know the reasons why that was changed to February, because the WBC didn't want Dillian Whyte interfering with a Wilder Fury Part 3 fight. They didn't want that. So, all kinds of things were drawn up. Now, the thing is this a case of Dillian Whyte has won the case? Is it Mauricio Sulaiman saying that Dillian Whyte will definitely get his world title shot, whoever the champion may be, whether it be Wilder or Fury, and there will be no Anthony Joshua fight until this is done? Is that what he's saying? Because right now, what you're saying is that AJ Fury is just speculation. He acknowledges that they've been speaking, which is great, but right now it's just speculation. But what happens if it's not speculation anymore? Will he allow Joshua Fury to take precedence over the mandatory position? Now, ordinarily, I will go, yeah, of course. A unification, a undisputed fight especially, should take precedence over everything. Providing the mandatory challenger hasn't been sat there for the longest time ever. Dillian Whyte has. So, for me, I'm quite happy to see Fury versus Wilder. Well, I'm not exactly happy to see that one, of course not. But then fight Dillian Whyte, and then the winner go fight whoever the champion may be for undisputed. Currently, Anthony Joshua. But again, Joshua, he's got some hurdles to overcome himself with Pulev and then potentially Alexander Usyk. No guarantees. Could be quite a few things fall apart. But for me, I think we will get undisputed as long as Wilder doesn't win the belt and Pulev doesn't win the belts. As long as Joshua and Fury get past their next fight, everything else will fall into place. It may not be the undisputed that you want, Fury versus Joshua, but there again, it might. There again, we could get Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Usyk for Undisputed. You never know how boxing's going to go. But going by what Mauricio Sulaiman is talking about here, it's almost like he's pretty much guaranteeing to Dillian Whyte, we're not going to overlook you. You will get your world title shot. That's a guarantee. But of course, he had left the door open a little bit with the Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight, where he says it's speculation. But as I said before, what if it's not speculation anymore? In fact, we're going to talk about that in the very next video. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.